So today, New York Attorney General Tish James filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump for engaging in years of financial fraud to enrich himself, his family, and of course, the Trump Organization. Well, also named in that lawsuit are all of Trump's adult children, aside from Tiffany. But why is this so notable? Well, a few months back, we had Michael Cohen, yes, that Michael Cohen, on the MeidasTouch Podcast, and we asked him a pretty simple question. Hey, if Donald Trump were to make one of his children fall on that proverbial sword and take the blame for any alleged criminal activity, who would it be? Well, here's what Cohen had to say.
Now, what's funny is you all may remember the big lawsuit that the DA had brought years ago against Don Jr. and Ivanka as it related to, at the time, Trump Soho, with the lying to the public about the number of units sold, puffing, as Donald liked to call it. I'll never forget when Donald turned around and said, because it was Don Jr. and Ivanka, if it's one of the two that we have to offer up, let it be Don. Ivanka would never be able to handle it. And Don is tough, he could take it. Now, that, of course, having a daughter and a son, I wouldn't offer either of them up. I mean, if you're going to fight because you believe that it's not true, you don't offer somebody up in advance in order to put an end to it. So in essence, he didn't want the legal bills. So he'd rather offer Don up to go to prison, right? So that Ivanka doesn't have to, and that they could end this whole nonsense.
Now, in a separate interview, we also asked who of Trump's children are the most incompetent. And here's Cohen's answer. Can you rank in order the most incompetent child?
Eric is by far the dumbest of the three children, right?
Controversial. Mary Trump says that Don Jr. is the dumbest.
No, absolutely. She's 100% inaccurate. Don is probably the brightest of the three innately, but Don has zero confidence in himself because his father routinely, again, I talk about this in the book, so this should not be new to anybody if you read it. He used to constantly berate Don and say that Don has the worst fucking judgment of anyone he's ever met in his entire life. And he would say it in front of Don, in front of me, in front of just anybody that was there. I mean, he would say it to the doorman just to denigrate his son. But Don innately is actually the brightest. Ivanka's the biggest phony of them all. Everything is fully prepared, scripted, from the blowing of the hair to the breaths that she takes. She practices nonstop for any interview, wants all the questions in advance so she knows exactly where she's going with it.
Equal parts hilarious and terrifying. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe right now to the MeidasTouch YouTube channel. We are unapologetically pro-democracy. Thank you. MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs. It wasn't rigged, you're just a loser. At store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.